Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, thank you for tuning in to Safe Space. Last week, a goddamn remora knocked down our surveillance system, and we lost a literal fuck ton of footage. Thankfully, our favorite goo gal Cassette was kind enough to recap the lost footage at the end of the previous episode. So, I guess you don't really need me then. But, surely you'd like to hear me say it. We can just hang out, you know? Hello?
Welcome back to Dungeon and the Homosexual Agenda!
Wow!
What the fuck, Anthony?
Oh my god. my fucking weird laugh makes like spades on the audio track. I like it.
Spades?
Yeah, like diamonds.
Diamonds or spades?
Welcome to the dungeon, bitch!
I only know my suits from fucking Resident Evil 2, so fucking I don't
That's
know.
great. Do you
The
just
blue
never
one.
play cards?
I only play Resident Evil 2 now.
I will be right back.
That's all I've ever played.
Okay.
I'm upset.
Anthony's
It's all
gonna
that
go
and
with
She-Ra
cards.
with her.
Yeah, it's Resident Evil and She-Ra with me right now.
Okay, we're getting
Cactuador
sidetracked.
is canon, spoiler.
Yeah, so,
Cactuador is canon.
I'll do like an official recap in a second, but I'm just gonna talk through everything that's happened so far.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Last session, what we did was we had like literally just finished killing the oh fuck, where are the bird creatures called? Just a second, I should probably like open up my documents.
That would probably be a good idea, Rebecca.
I have one of them open, just not
Rabanka?
the other one. Rabankle.
Not the important one.
Rabanka?
Well, I have the other important one. I have like the one with the script, and then I have the one with the creatures. And they're different. The Remobra, right? Yeah. So.
Remobras.
Yeah. So at the beginning of last episode, you guys had just finished fighting the Remobras, and Cassette and Eden were both like, "I'm gonna go just take this with me. I'm gonna just take it with me."
Yeah.
Cassette, where did you put that? I think you've kind of just been carrying it
I think she put it
around.
inside Eden.
Yeah, Eden's carrying
You
for
put it
Thank
inside
you,
Eden.
Eden.
kind of forgot about that.
Did you tell him?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I think we had a whole
Sorry,
conversation
okay, I'm
about
back.
Hey,
it.
What
look,
I miss?
she's working on her communication skills.
Do you remember Cassette saying something about carry my bird?
Yeah.
I brought a
We had a whole
single bird
conversation
myself,
about
and
it.
I threw it into the room with all the cages when I was having my little private talk with what's his face. So I'm
Okay.
not carrying any birds anymore.
I think we forgot about
Yeah,
it.
and
we're-
Cassette's still looking for a nice wall to fucking mount it on.
Let's just say that you like left it in the bunks.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
chilling.
no,
in
she made a hat out of it.
Oh yeah, you
She's
made
been wearing the bird.
Yeah, you've been wearing the bird, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
It
god.
looks
This
super
just
adorable.
reamed body has been trickling down
Yeah.
upon you this whole time.
So far the two things
my
you're wearing
God.
that you have to be careful of if you're gonna change shape are your bird hat and your ring.
Right, yes.
What's...
My ring
Oh,
from,
yeah, that's the thing.
that girl that we told you about.
Yeah.
That girl you like that you don't know the name of.
What?
We have
It's,
walkie-talkies.
hey, fucker, it's Rosa Sparks.
It's
I
not in
remember
my
her name.
inventory, so I'm gonna presume we don't.
Okay.
I thought I remembered that there was like one more thing that we were all carrying. Oh yeah, our insignias. Is
Yeah.
Cassette carrying her Utology
Baxter's
insignia?
carrying that for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's in my
no,
bag.
No, she left that in her bag because she can just literally make one out of herself at any time.
Fair.
Yeah, that's a fair enough point. So we'll say that your actual insignia is in the bag with Baxter, but y'all got pretty fucked up by the Remobras and decided to go back to the camp, and then we got back to the camp, and everyone was like, yo, or, Elis was partial of the way trying to find you.
Hi,
It was like,
Elis.
yo, I got fucking shot or like hurt by something.
Yeah, that
And-
fucking sucks.
He didn't seem particularly injured by it though. He was just like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think something kind of bit me.
He had like a
I was
wound.
like, anti-venom, bitch, shut up.
Yeah, exactly. He had a wound on
Right,
his back,
oh right,
and then
there's that
Eden
fucking
was like
thing that's like
anti-venom.
sneaking around and like shooting us in the back. Right, it got Elis and Eden.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, cause
Did we figure
Elis-
out what that was?
yeah, so Elis was like wounded. He's like, something got me on my shoulder. I got like a cut on my shoulder, but it's okay. I stopped the bleeding. And he's like, here's the map. I
Should
was
we have
trying to give
recapped
you."
this before we started recording?
Probably.
I'll find a fun way to put this in.
Maybe. If not, it's fine. We could just cut it
Nazis.
out. Nazis. But
What?
Ellis gave you guys a
Nazis.
map, and he's like, here's the map of the surrounding areas and all of the like weird huts that I found the other day. Because I
Right.
found those. Yeah. He was like, yeah, it's like some weird shit living in the forest. I don't know what it is though. Here's the map. And so I gave you that.
And then Eden fucking chewed him out for it.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't chew him out for giving me a map.
no, you chewed him out for leaving
Yeah,
camp.
Yeah, by himself.
Yeah.
And he getting attacked by something.
Yeah.
Like the fact that this dude
How dare he get
any
himself
authority
attacked?
at all and has been living in this fucked environment for what
Yeah.
I presume is years, literally researching all of the threats
Yeah.
there, and he's still got the fucking gall to step outside at nightfall when he
Yeah.
realizes that animals will be attacking soon.
He had like a couple hours.
He's a fucking idiot. All right, like, yo, I like this guy, except I don't at all. Fuck this man. All right.
You don't like Ellis
No,
Madigan?
don't be mean to Elis.
Okay, Elis would be great if his job was not to lead people, but to clean up after them.
Yeah, okay.
Very fair. He's like
You know
the
what,
mom
that's
friend.
valid. You know what, we should replace
Elis is the mom
with
friend.
Phil.
This dude seems like a technicality, like
Well-
they had to have one.
Well, give him a good recommendation to the Foundation to have his position moved. He'll be
Yeah,
fine.
and replace with his boyfriend Phil.
Yeah, no, Philip would be a great researcher. He likes tools and electronics.
And doesn't wander out into the night and get fucking killed by things.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just stays home and plays video games.
Pretty much. He plays
Who
with
gave
his
that man
little
a
toys.
promotion?
Gamer president.
Gamer president.
for prez. Gamer for prez.
But then you guys made it back to the camp, and you're like, what are we gonna do? And everyone's like, I don't know, you wanna help us? And y'all were like, sure. So Baxter helped weld up the like hole in the side of the kitchen, and Eden had his little talk with
Signing
Elis,
on
and was
Elis'
like, Elis,
man.
what the fuck are you doing? And Elis was like, yeah, maybe we should leave. And then, but Elis wasn't too sure about that, so he like talked to other people about it, and you heard side conversations. And then Cassette was wandering around and talking to people while Baxter was fixing up the holes with his boyfriend Philip. Oh yeah, you did take a nap for a little bit.
I guess I was getting something to eat.
Yeah, right. You got
And she
something.
Yeah.
weirded everyone out by sucking
both
it into
did.
her body.
Yeah,
And then spitting out the wrappers
Yeah.
on her other hand. It was very entertaining for her.
it was a great
not for
time.
anyone else.
But you talked about the fungus more, and then Eden's like, yo, I'm gonna fuck with these boars. And then he took the bulldrome outside and fucking sumoed it, I guess?
Let me just do some dice AMSR really quick.
So,
I'm just doing some dice ASMR.
oh, cool. Yo, my dice is like, far away from me.
Save it for after the recording's
Yes,
They're all over my floor now. I dropped them.
God damn it, Zach. Alright, let's start
There were
the
too many.
episode.
3,
This
2,
is-
1.
Get right into the news.
Yes. Let's get right.
Yeah, boy.
The longest yeah boy in internet history. Thanks for joining us, guys, on this episode of Safe Space.
Arrow Legends.
Alright, see you next time.
Yeah, you.
Let's hit Creek Goggles.
Okay, but
Let's start the fucking
Yeah, okay,
episode.
okay.
Casette's eating food.
so
I
the
guess.
last thing that happened before we ended last episode, but before the dark times, was like, yo, it's nighttime, the attack is finished, I guess we should just get some rest and then, like, go explore more, figure this shit out in the morning. And so everyone went to go take a nap, and it was all sleepy time, and then Eden woke up, and he's like, what the fuck, my ass is burning! Or, by that I mean, something, for some reason, the fungus was just underneath him when he woke up. And then he was like, yo, this is weird, and he cleaned it off and went back to sleep.
Did a creepy creep.
You did a creepy creep. Except,
yeah, and then I walked around.
Oh, and we got a long rest.
except, and there was a long rest, yeah. I want to make sure you guys got that. And the thing with Eden is that there was no trail of fungus leading to him. It was just underneath him.
Right.
Yeah.
My
and
suspicion was that the vial that I had on me that contained this stuff had either cracked or was damaged in the fight, which is why the very first thing I did was to go see Baxter, because he was asleep and also had one of those vials on him.
Yeah.
And when neither of us actually had, like, we both had intact stuff, so I was like, okay, yeah, where the hell did this come from?
Yeah.
And then I just, like, incinerated some of the stuff, and then patrolled around.
Yeah, and then patrolled. And
Yeah,
then y'all
we
woke
were
up.
also, weren't we, you were, like, testing it in the water to see if it grew.
That was a few sessions ago, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
It was
fuck
at the
me
same
then.
session. No, it was.
Fuck you, Zach.
Fuck you. No,
What the hell?
It was
Yo,
just
it's
earlier
time.
in the session.
Alright.
But yeah, and then
Half the
you
time
guys
I'm just
all...
sitting here drawing. I don't know shit.
Fair enough. But then y'all woke up, and then we're like, yo, we should go explore. And then I think you like talked to Elis for a little bit. And now you're at where you're at on Safe Space.
Yeah, I'll use that later in the episode for some fun vintage comedy.
Perfect.
Okay, so... Oh, Eden, where'd you go?
I am here. I am the EDM.
Eden? Oh, you're just here. Alright, everyone, let's, meet up, because I guess, yeah, so, okay, we're going to go and, continue checking out the fungus in the forest. Right?
Yeah.
Right, guys?
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Wasn't there,
Can we agree that we should probably run if we encounter any wildlife? Because...
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah, because, like, at the very least, it's a huge waste of time.
I see no reason to engage with the locals.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
oh, maybe we should, go, like, stealth.
Wasn't there, weren't we talking about, abandoned Morgana Corp, place?
Yeah, oh crap, did we...
Weren't we gonna check that out?
Wait, is Elis around here?
Yeah, he's in the upper complex.
Right, I just kind of peeked my head in and just like, hey Elis, did you mention something about huts that we found? I
Huts?
can't remember.
Huts.
Like,
Yeah.
didn't he say that he found, like, some, like, mysterious old, like, ruins at some point?
So Elis is just inside sitting by the fountain, and when you peek in, he's like, yes, on the map that I
Rebecca,
gave
where the
you."
fuck is Baxter?
Where the fuck is Baxter? I don't know, man. Is he just not here? Did I accidentally delete him?
That's how good of a rogue
I
he
might
is,
have-
we can't find him.
let me just copy paste him back onto the
Is he still in the room with Phil?
No.
He's very
He
Phil
is
is
inside
alone.
Phil.
he's hard to see.
He cannot be found.
Oh my god.
I
That's
don't
some-
think you guys have
no.
talked to Phil in a hot
He
minute.
is one with the Phil.
But there he is.
No,
he's
I
by
have.
Eden now.
There we go.
He exists. Okay.
And I
There
can
you
use
go.
him.
Hey Baxter.
So when
Thanks for
Hey,
materializing.
when Gazette pops into
Ah!
the when Gazette pops into the northern
Robust
compound,
fear.
Elis just kind of looks over and is like, oh yes, on the map that I handed you the other day, I think I gave it to Eden. On it I drew the complex with the surrounding areas that I've explored, as well as along the river going downstream. I walked along it until I found what looked like almost an encampment. It was made out of leaves and bushes and other things, and they were hollowed out. But I didn't get to investigate it too long before having to head back.
And is it down that way? I kind of point in the direction of where we went south, I guess, where we went to go investigate the fungi.
Yeah. So I'm just drawing a little diagram on paper real quick for Anthony. But that's basically where it is.
Awesome, perfect. Okay, I guess we'll head over that way then. Thank you so much for all your help, Elis. Be sure to, keep things together while we're not here. Did Utology give us any, communication device? Do you have, walkie-talkies or something? Which is also the best name for anything ever. Walkie-talkie.
You mean for us, right? Not to contact Utology.
Yeah, for us. I was thinking maybe we should. I was thinking we should maybe give Elis some means of contacting us.
As Gazette was discussing with Elis, I was carrying the bulldrome cage with the bullfango in it back to Elis's room that possesses his collection of animals.
Cool.
So that it's not just sitting outside in the fucking cold where there's fungus everywhere.
Yeah.
And while I pass by where I slept to its left, I inspect any signs of growth that the fungus that appeared right below me while I slept has made, next to this crumbled wall.
Cassette is just prepping for the adventure.
Oh, fuck. Okay, wait.
Doing her stretches, Pilates.
Fuck yeah.
Working the slime.
Get them glutes.
Working those goots.
The goots.
Imagine
oh god,
how
that sounds like
much
a derogatory
she
term.
could stretch, though.
Huh?
Oh, Cassette can
Imagine
stretch.
how much she could stretch.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like Elastigirl.
She would be
Yeah.
a mile long, but only a cell length thick.
Only a cell thick. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's not very thick.
Well, but that's
Adaptive
if she stretches
fitness.
herself out completely. She wouldn't do that normally.
No, of course. She would
Eventually.
want to keep some of that thickness.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she.
Of course.
Cassette's pretty thick. Not gonna lie.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
I know
to
I've
hear
drawn
it.
her.
What?
I said, yeah, I know I've drawn her.
Hell yeah. Oh wait, we should post that.
Yeah, fuck yeah, fan art.
Or yeah. Well, create
The
our
porn I drew of her?
own. What?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so
because I'm not doing the proportions of it super well. You
so this is the camp.
yeah, and so
This
you
is Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And then the river
Jeffrey.
is northwest.
yeah,
not
so you
southwest.
guys kind of went west. You went from the southwest corner of the camp, and then you went west, and then you went kind of north.
Okay.
through
Oh, we
the
went
forest.
north.
A little bit.
Interesting.
And so the huts
I don't
are
think this
also
map's gonna
in
help
that
me.
same direction. They're not.
I guess I
south,
don't
right?
need it. I'm just confused.
Yeah, it's okay.
The reason that I asked is because I've been trying to keep in mind this entire time where we are relative to Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And when you told me that Jeffrey would be just directly north of where we were at the end of that river, I was like, whoa, shit. I had the wrong idea.
Yeah, I thought Jeffrey was to
wait,
the
what?
west, and the fungi were to the south.
Yeah, so
To the west? But
No,
we went
to the
west
east.
from
East,
Jeffrey.
East.
Oh, okay.
I
yeah,
meant east.
so
I'm
so
sorry.
Jeffrey,
Please
no, it's
forgive
okay.
me.
It's okay. So Jeffrey is all the way to the east. The most east that you guys have gone is Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And then you headed west from Jeffrey to the camp. And that's
Technically,
that's
Jeffrey is west if you go far enough.
that we're not going to
We're
talk
on a
about that.
sphere.
So you went west from Jeffrey to the camp, and then
Just
you're
kidding,
at
Venus
the
is flat.
outpost. And it's
Duh.
it's the big ass outpost.
Wait,
and then
Rebecca,
what?
we need to visit a flat planet.
No.
That would be fucking amazing.
Way ahead of you.
I
Plot
don't
twist.
know
Hell
if I
yeah.
could even pull that off, Cassette. I'm really not sure.
No, you
Oh,
couldn't.
That'd
It's
be so
physically
cool, though.
impossible. Wait, what if the Flat Earth Society owns a planet and they just make it flat?
Yes!
They
They
just
just go to
create
fucking,
a flat
like,
Earth.
A random planet and they just
It's 6 feet
bring
deep,
these
just so
huge
people can
terraformers
bury
just
their
to make it
bodies.
flat. Wait, are there still flat earthers? Because space
Yeah.
travel is pretty common.
I don't.
So
I
they
would
can-
assume they're somewhere.
Oh
Just
wait,
maybe a
what if people
small
in other
organization.
systems are still flat earthers? Not Earth, but they're specifically flat earthers.
I don't think Earth is particularly the talk of the town anymore
Yeah.
in this set of systems.
Well, I think that because we've
It's all
talked
about
about
Venus.
it, but Earth is kind of a cultural symbol, even if no one really lives there.
The way I see it is, okay, but the way I see it is, Earth is kept as this, old, prestigious image in history because of
Yeah.
all the propaganda.
Yeah.
But, that doesn't mean it's really like that. I'm
And they've just
imagining it
outlawed
more like,
telescopes.
I'm imagining it kind of like old money versus new money. Do you know what I mean?
Ah.
No,
No, you don't.
I don't think so.
It's like it's
You don't
it's,
get it on
it's
Spar?
the difference
There's
between
no money?
like the Koch brothers and Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now I don't get it.
Great Gatsby.
Except now,
Great Gatsby.
except now it's Valentine and also Mecha Zuckerberg.
Valentine
Mechaberg.
and Mechaberg.
Mecha Zuck.
Yeah, okay.
Zuckamek.
Wait, please put
Zuckermek's
Zuckerberg
actually kind of
in...
a badass,
No,
like, final
guys,
bad guy,
guys,
evil lord
it's-
name.
Guys, it's
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerborg.
Zuckerberg!
Nice.
I am Zuckerborg.
Please
Nice.
put some sort of lizard man mix of
And he's the leader of the
robot
Flat
lizard
Earth
man
Society.
named Zuckerberg. Borg.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
Zuckerborg.
Yeah, I'll find a Zuckerberg.
A cyborg
Yeah.
dragonborn named Zuckerborg.
I'll just put that in my
Yes!
pocket for later.
Hell yes.
Yes.
You guys
And
ready
he's
to
like-
start recording?
Yeah,
where's
we've not
Jeffrey, by
done
the way?
shit.
Oh my god.
Okay, everyone, let's
To the
let's
east
go
of the
on
camp.
another fucking
Jeffrey,
Progressor Squad
camp.
adventure.
Yeah,
River.
yeah,
And the river flows this way?
yeah,
Okay.
All right.
And we got to the river by doing one of these.
yeah.
That's such a
One of
strange
these.
route. Oh yeah, we were following the fungus.
Yeah.
So the fungus path is this right here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Follow
okay,
the
okay.
fungus.
You were following the
And
fungus.
then where what's his face says is the camp is
It's like over here-ish.
Here. Okay, okay.
Eden's the only one with the map, which actually kind of makes sense because he is a robot, so he would be our GPS.
Yeah. What is
Like we just
that?
It's
we're
coming,
just
the
walking
fungus.
around with Eden,
Down
and he
the
just randomly says,
It's flowing
"Turn
towards
right
Where's
at
the
Alameda
dick?
Boulevard."
So where does the river? Does it like? Just do
Yeah,
that or
it does
something?
like that. It's
Okay.
like so the river is north of the camp.
But we wouldn't know that the river is like here because we just
Ye-
haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like the area that you have explored.
Okay.
And that's why I put it this way, and I'm like, wait, no, that's not right, it's up here. So sorry about the holdup, everyone. So yeah, I guess that walks into the room with fucking Elis, right?
Okay, so we'll go and follow the fungus trail, and then we'll investigate kind of where it ended, and then if we don't get any leads from that, then let's check out the little village, I guess. Does that sound good with everyone?
Elis
Sound
just
like
kind of
that
peeks through the doorway and gives a little thumbs up.
All right, thanks for your approval, Elis, I guess.
You don't know you
all
can
right,
eat that
let's go.
Yeah, fuck Ellis.
After don't be mean.
He's an approval vacuum.
Oh yeah. Before you guys leave,
That's actually a sick room.
Elis says, "Hey, hey guys! Before you go, I just wanted to make sure that everyone had some form of communication. We don't have long-range radio in the outpost at the moment, but we can use things like walkie-talkies. Feel free to go grab some from the communications room if you don't have any."
Ooh,
By this
hell
point,
yeah.
I presume I'd be like walking in with the bull drum cage.
Sure, yeah. So, Eden's walking over to Ellis's little laboratory to put the bull drum
Ellis
back
is a
in its
laboratory.
place.
Oh yeah, he's a researcher. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ellis Laboratory.
Along with the rest of the
Liz
bodies.
The dumbest bitch you've ever seen.
he is a little bit of a dum-dum.
He is,
I
but
provide both
I
of
like
the
him.
animals with a single apple.
Cool.
You killed both animals? With a single apple?
No, I gave them both apples.
Oh, okay.
They're not getting fed.
killing
And I'm like,
shit with
if these
apples
are
is my
research
thing.
creatures, their survival is probably like fairly.
Well, how do
Yeah.
you know they're not getting fed?
Because I mean, I've been in the
Because we
presence
can't
of these
feed the
creatures for like the
people.
last 24 hours and haven't seen anybody feed them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
And
really know
also,
what the
like,
eating
we're
habits of a
struggling to
bull
feed the
drum
people
is,
right
but they
now.
seem to like apples anyway.
I feed Ellis an apple in the same way that.
Yeah, with an open palm, he's a biter.
Here you go, buddy.
He gets
Here,
nervous
and
and
I
his
pet
jaw
his head.
twitches. You want to make sure you don't get your fingers in there.
Of course.
Damn it!
The fuck,
Don't
Ellis?
swallow that.
Don't
shit.
swallow that.
Fuck.
There's nanites in
Damn.
that shit.
I guess that's like a quarter of an inch shorter now.
It's actually the poison apple from Snow White.
It's a magic item.
So as Eden kind of extends his hand with a couple of apples, the Bulldrome immediately runs up and snatches it out of his hand, while the Bullfango kind of waits for it to roll onto the floor of the cage before he does anything. But then also takes and eats the apple.
Okay, alright. Eden, if you're done playing with your pets, we need to make haste.
With my Vulcan hearing, I can hear Gazette through 3 sets of walls.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, 2.
No, it's with our new
It's canon. I have Vulcan hearing now. Oh, did you like hand me one while I was walking by?
Did you go grab the walkie-talkies?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Where's Elis's one?
Baxter goes and grabs the walkie-talkies.
Thank you,
So-
Baxter.
Yeah, so Elis said they're down in the communications room. So you head on over there?
I'm moving my icon. I'm doing it. I
Cool,
went
thank
through
you.
the wall.
Holy
Magic.
shit! What the fuck?
Just move through the walls.
No,
He's got
Baxter
Misty
breaks
Step.
through the wall like fucking Mr. X.
Oh my god.
So as Baxter heads back down to the southern part of the compound and goes to the communications room, he opens the door to find Philip just kind of laying on the ground next to one of the tables.
Holy shit, are you okay, Philip?
He just kind of is laying there, not moving. He does seem to be
my God.
breathing though.
I walk
Oh,
over.
he is breathing?
He is breathing.
I walk over and I kind of gently shake him, and I'm like, Philip?
He kind of like makes a groaning noise and turns over, and you can
Oh
see
god, he's a
that.
zombie.
Nah, he like rolls onto his side a little bit,
Double tap,
and
double
you
tap,
can
double
see
tap.
that his he's like sweating pretty profusely and is having a hard time catching his breath, but he's also
Phil, oh my
still seems
God.
to be unconscious.
Phil, are you
Is
okay?
that,
Oh,
Gazette, go
What?
get somebody.
yep, on it. Gazette immediately runs out of the room and goes to grab Elis.
And
So while this
our-
is-
Or the chef.
Okay.
She's
while she's
Whoever-
doing that, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom and get like a wet cloth. You know, like how
Cool.
in anime, how they put that on people's foreheads.
Oh yeah, to turn down the
Yes,
fever.
Baxter's
Yeah.
medical knowledge comes from anime.
Yes. That's canon. now.
After
Guys! Hey guys!
After-
Phil needs some help. Can we get some medical attention in here?
So coming
Baxter
back
shower.
from the animal containment room,
Sure.
and as Gazette and Baxter are walking to the comm rooms across the courtyard, I start talking with Elis
Oh, okay,
while he's
cool.
just still standing next to the fountain.
So while you guys are discovering Philip, Eden, and Elis are talking, and Elis is just kind of sitting on one of the benches by the fountain and says, hi Eden, what's up?
Elis Madagon, you should be made aware that there's a new sprout of fungus near the damaged wall on the northern side of this building of the facility. It sprouted while I was inactive during the night previously.
Yeah, I'll have to go and take a look at that. Were you able to clear it away by any chance?
I burned it. The fascinating thing, though, is that it didn't appear to have any point of origin. I even dug under it, and there was nothing there. It was simply the spot directly beneath me.
I think this is when Gazette bursts through the door like, guys, something's wrong with Phil.
Cool. Elis turns around and
Guys,
says,
something wrong with Phil.
What's wrong? What's happening?
He's not responding. He's breathing, but he has a fever. Yeah, I don't know, but he's on the ground. We need to go to the communications room right now.
Oh yes, I'll go grab a medical kit.
Alright,
He runs into one of the supply rooms quickly to go get that.
Great. Okay. Gazette's gonna run back to make sure Phil is okay.
Cool.
Are there any daggers on this table to my left?
What?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do
there's
to
a couple.
Phil?
I grab one of them and chase after Elis and Gazette.
God. Holy shit.
So you'd probably be following right behind
Eden,
Gazette,
show me
and
what you
Eden's
have.
trailing. A knife!
No!
What?
It's fine.
It's a vine. You
It's a
uncultured
vine,
swine.
It's a toddler running with a knife.
Golly.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fun.
So Eden's following behind
Love you
Gazette, and Elis is following behind Eden. Love you guys, yeah.
Can I make a medicine check to figure out like if he's doing all right? Like if he's
Wait,
in, like,
actually,
critical
can I do that while they're coming over still?
You probably have better wisdom than me. That's probably better.
Yeah, so we'll just have Baxter do it. So roll a medicine check. Yeah.
I don't really know how bony things work.
Okay, which dice should I use?
Well, I can inform you that they're very inefficient and
The ones
incredibly
that aren't on the
convoluted.
floor.
Which dice is gonna get you killed?
I grabbed all the d20s off the floor. Okay.
Just throw them all.
Wait, you didn't grab the other
Quadruple
ones?
advantage.
Well, no, they're just in a pile. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Okay, roll for
Okay.
it, man.
I'm gonna
you
use
got
my
this.
like
You
kind of rainbowish one.
detect the wounds. Tell the hurt.
That is.
What's this
That's
guy's
a
name
6 in all.
Elis? Or,
On the ground.
Philip.
Can Cassette also give it a shot?
Please do.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so Cassette gives
So-
her second opinion, and it's a 7.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you guys. So
I
Baxter's
think,
just
I
sitting
think there might be
try-
something wrong with him. That's my
He's
medical
very,
diagnosis.
very
He's a
hot.
very
bad.
deep sleeper.
He's very, very hot.
No, Baxter,
but
Baxter.
I knew that already.
A medical diagnosis, not a gay.
You
We
stop
just
talking
made
about
the
how hot
same
he is
joke.
when he's in life-threatening danger. Like, what the fuck?
We just made
Baxter,
the
what do you
same
think you're
joke. What's wrong
doing?
with us?
Baxter, this is. I know
You're
I'm
two
in no
people with the
position to
same
say this,
mind.
but stop flirting when someone's about to die.
Is this all happening in character, by the way?
I think
Yes.
no. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
So I'm just gonna narrate what's
I
happened.
need to
So
get better at my character voice. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. So Baxter ran to go get a wet cloth from the bathroom and came back to lay the towel on top of Phyllis's forehead. And
Phyllis?
but unfortunately, through looking, Philip,
That's the ship
fuck, he ran back to
You can
lay a
make it
wet.
through the sentence.
He ran to go put a wet towel on Philip's forehead, and while watching what's happening, Baxter wasn't really able to tell what was wrong other than that
Rebecca.
Philip is unconscious. Then Gazette runs in and is also trying to figure out what's wrong, but is pretty
Rebecca.
clueless.
I love how
So-
you had to clarify that I put it on his forehead. I'm not just waterboarding him.
I mean, with a
I didn't
roll of
think I
6, you
had
might
to
be.
clarify.
But you
Zach.
did clarify.
I mean, when you rolled a 6 on a medicine check,
Fuck
I
you.
think you'd also have to check if you were waterboarding him or not.
I burst into the room by this point and say, "What appears to be wrong with him?"
There's
And I walk to the
hard
side.
things in his arm, because that's like feeling his arm, feels the
my
bones.
God.
Like, guys,
So he's unconscious
he's
on the
staying
ground.
together.
I pull out one of my
He's sweating
canteens and I
profusely.
splash it like hard right against his face.
The water.
Yeah.
Okay, just making
Dude,
sure it
I've
wasn't
already
the
got a
canteen.
wet anime cloth on his head.
Good.
So,
We're just gonna end up waterboarding him.
Philip is completely drenched in water now, and Baxter and Gazette got a little bit of a splash too.
So he doesn't respond then anyway.
No. He kind of, like, some of it gets on his face, and he kind of, like, twitches a little
Where
bit.
the hell is Elis?
He moves his head, but doesn't do much. Elis, like, after Eden splashes water all over Philip, Elis comes running in with a med kit.
I
Elis,
take the
oh my
dagger.
god, do something good once in your fucking life.
Please! Oh!
I grab Philip by the collar
Okay.
and lift him into the air about a foot just by the collar. I take the dagger and place it between his neck and the collar and just drag it straight down so that his clothing is just split in half in the front.
Yeah, okay.
Baxter?
I just rip
Not
his
the
clothes
time.
off, basically.
Yeah, okay. So Philip is now on the ground without a shirt, and Elis runs in and says, "Guys, what do we need to do? What's happening?"
You
Are
don't
there
know
any
what
obvious-
the
Med kit!
Are there any obvious injuries on his chest or his arms?
No.
Okay.
Eden,
I start rolling
did
him over
Utology
onto
give
his
you any,
back.
like,
Are there any
medical knowledge? Eden, didn't Utology, like, give you any medical training or programming? Anything?
So as you
That is
roll-
correct. I can confirm that this man is unconscious. That is to
Great
say that he
job.
lacks consciousness. His body
Alright.
appears limp.
We're all so used
He's
to
not
this.
responding to rough manhandling
Why?
Alright,
or water to the face.
Ellis, give me the med kit. I'll try my best, I guess.
Yeah, wait.
Okay,
But
so
how
wait,
is
What
Gazette?
are we doing with the med kit?
How is Gazette
wait, does-
bad at medicine? She heals us.
I'm gonna
she rolled a 7.
I don't know what disease. I don't have any spells that fight
She-
against disease, Baxter.
She's good at magically healing, but not telling what's wrong. is the way I'd like to put it. But Eden, so Eden rips the shirt off Phyllis and like examines him for wounds and doesn't see anything. So he rolls Philip. Fuck. So he rolls Philip over, and on his back he seems completely unscathed except for 2 marks on his back that are kind of like a couple small red ovals, as if there's like a little bit of like hives on his back almost, but they're just like little red marks on his back.
I try to recall where on Elis he reported his wounds.
It was like behind the shoulder blade on his left side of his back.
So they're relatively similar spots.
Yeah.
Interesting.
For Philip,
okay, we have vampires, but we need to figure this. We need to, guys. Let's worry about the vampires later. Elis, give me the medicine.
Okay, Elis just kind of hands over the medkit to you, and inside you're able to find some simple provisions like gauze, a needle, some vials of stuff that you can't identify.
Wait, do we still have antivenom?
Yeah.
Could that be it?
I guess Cassette doesn't know if we still have antivenom because she never took any.
Sorry. Guys, do we still have the antivenom?
I got 1 vial.
I still
left.
possess 1 vial.
Do you think that would work?
Perhaps.
Alright, fuck it. Gassette's gonna apply the... should we apply it to the wound?
Yeah, I just hand Cassette a vial.
Cool.
Wait,
Is there no doctor in this camp?
Wait, in the past, didn't we drink it?
I told Elis to drink his.
Wait, Elis, is there no medical officer?
Yeah, what the fuck, Elis?
Well,
He's on the ground.
We've
That's him.
Shit!
We've all been trained in field medicine and being able to do some basic
Then
first
shouldn't
aid,
you know
but
what to do?
We've never seen anything like this before. He's sweating
Shit.
and on the ground.
I think fever is a pretty common symptom of a lot of things.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
fuck,
but
Elis?
what are we? We've already been immunized. There shouldn't be any viruses that should be damaging us at the
Okay.
moment.
So okay, there shouldn't be any virus. So, all right. I guess I'm gonna try to make him drink like half the antivenom and then maybe apply a little bit onto just his back.
Okay. So, you're able to kind of splash a little bit on his back and then roll him over and kind of sit him up so that he's still unconscious, but you can get most of the antivenom like into his mouth, and it seems like he's able to kind of drink it.
All right.
I take
Okay.
the healing potion that I was recently provided by the chef and pour, let's say, half of it down his mouth as well.
Yeah. Okay.
You're really
I mean,
mixing
maybe we're not
drugs.
allowed to do like half pots, so I'll just say that I give him the whole potion.
Okay. Yeah. So, after.
Oh, I have 2 of them. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Should I roll for healing?
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure. I think. Right. So it was Baxter took 1 of them and
He healed
Eden
7?
took 2 of them. I think.
I have 2 in my
So-
inventory. That's why I have it written
Oh,
down.
you have 2.
I think we all received 2.
Okay, you all received 2.
Also,
Awesome.
it says that
Yeah.
they're 2d4 plus 2 is how they do it.
Yeah, so he Philip metagaming healed for 7 hit points. Alright, so
Wait, is it
after
plus 3 or plus 2?
I got 2 because they're lesser healing pots.
Yeah, I think it should be 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
2d4.
Wait, I'm dumb.
No, you're good. So after drinking both of the potions, Philip kind of just lays on the ground for a minute and his face starts to twitch a little bit, and he seems to start to regain consciousness. And
good.
kind of like goes like someone waking up in the morning and sits up, looking very much like he's sore and kind of like having a hard time moving his body super well.
I hand him the rest of my flask.
What
I don't
flask?
think now's the time for booze.
The water that I
Oh,
splashed on his face.
yeah, okay.
Oh.
The thing holds, how many? It holds 5 liters. Or sorry, it's a canteen.
Yeah.
So I presume that I didn't empty the whole 5-liter thing on him.
No.
By the way, these canteens that we apparently own 2 of would be like massive,
They'd
by
be
the way.
like the size.
They're like scuba tanks.
They'd be like kind of
that's
bigger
my summer
than a
home.
gallon of milk. They'd be like 1.5
That's my summer
gallons.
home.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's like a day's supply
Yeah.
for people hard at work.
And even
That's
just
like
has
the
one
empty
because
canteen.
I've got
fuck it. You have 2?
Yep.
Oh my god. Wait, why do you have 2?
I think I spawned with one, and I think I took one from somewhere.
Right.
It was in
I
like
gave
one of
you
the
some
supply kits or
campaigns.
something.
Yeah, fair enough.
Probably.
Okay. So it takes Philip a few minutes to kind of realize what's happening and going on around him while you guys are sitting around next to him. And Elis kind of puts both of his hands on Philip's chest and goes, Philip, are you alright? Kind of shaking him a little bit, trying to get Philip to speak. And eventually Philip just sits up and is like, huh? And sees the canteen outstretched towards him, and he takes it and starts drinking some water. And by this, he hands it back to Eden, and by this point seems to be alert enough to know what's going on around him.
Receiving the canteen, I walk over to the hole that's in the southwestern portion of this building, and I just try to peek around whatever fortifications to see if there's anything obviously
Yeah.
moving in the daylight.
So
Yeah, I was covering up the hole, but
Yeah, so
there is a door there.
Yeah, so the hole
I peek through the door then, just to see if there's anything fucking scurrying away.
So the hole is still
Smart.
pretty much covered up by what Baxter and Philip managed to do. However, similar to what you found last night, the door to the communications room is slightly ajar. And just to remind what Eden had seen is that there was a little bit of fungus left on the wall near the door the night before as well. And the door is still kind of open, and so you're able to peek through, but there isn't like much going on outside.
It would have grown a few feet by this point, right?
Well, it could have,
Wasn't
but
it like 6 inches an hour was the previous number?
something like that. But you ended up scraping most of it off.
Oh
so-
yeah, I flamethrowed it off the wall.
Yeah, you
That's right.
flamethrowed it off the wall, so it's not there anymore. But just because that's
Good
what
thing
you
the
would've
wall's
done.
still there.
Yeah, good thing the wall's still there. You can see like a little bit of chip damage, but there isn't. It looks mostly fine. As you're looking out the door, you can kind of see Ethan starting to make his way down the rounds in the direction of the door, but otherwise it's pretty peaceful. Yeah, Ethan Fuentes, he exists.
Oh yeah, Ethan.
For a minute, I was like, wait,
And
you
wasn't
mean
there, like, a
Elis? I
cake?
thought he was in the room with us.
Yeah, he is. There are many E's. But Philip's kind of waking up and going, hey guys, good to see. What happened? And he's very
I mean,
disoriented.
You were okay. Phil, you were on the ground, passed out with like a fever. Like, did anything happen? Like, there's some marks on your back. What's going on?
He kind of looks over his shoulder and says, I don't remember. I was working on fixing the communications last night, and I remember getting kind of sleepy. I felt a bit of pain on my back, so I thought I'd lie down. I guess I didn't make it to the beds.
Okay, so, and Elis, you also got something on your back, right?
Yeah, no, I think I felt a sharp pain and some blood behind my shoulder blade. It's mostly healed now.
Okay, so Phil, it sounds like whatever happened to you happened really quickly after you were attacked, right?
Yes,
Are we
I
sure the
guess-
man was attacked? He could have simply ingested something. Or perhaps made contact with some substance.
You
Or-
said there was something on my back?
Yeah. Elis, you took off your shirt too.
Oh my god.
Elis kind of goes, huh?
We'd like to see how your wounds have
I
healed.
want
Please
you
remove
to
your
inspect your
shirt.
wound.
He unbuttons the first few buttons of his shirt and like moves it down so you can see his shoulder.
I lower the dagger.
Is he shredded?
No.
Wouldn't that be
That would
fucking
be
hilarious if he was
He-
like act like
he's-
a
he's-
total hunk?
He's a beanpole.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I
But
guess
you
that's
can-
not invested, but
Yeah. So you can see that he pulled down part of his shirt so that it's revealing his shoulder and part of his back, and like there's an undershirt, but he kind of moves it so you can see that there's what looks
Elis
like
is
a
the
gash
type of
that's
guy to
healing
wear
up.
undershirt.
Yeah, he is.
is.
He is. It's just like a classic white undershirt, like tank top. But you can see that there's still just like a gash that's been healing. It's somewhat deep, or it's a fairly deep, but not too wide. and he's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, it seems to have healed pretty well. I don't know.
How did you treat this, Elis?
I drank some of the antivenom that Eden gave me, but other than that, I mostly just wrapped it up. Some bandages. It's been a little while now. I figured I could replace them, but they seemed dry, so I just took the bandages off.
Gazette, do you still possess the vial out of which you poured that antivenom into, Philip's mouth?
Yeah. I hand it back over.
Alright. I walk outside, and if there's even the slightest drop left of this stuff, I try to find a sample of the fungus and just pour that drop onto it just to see what happens.
Oh, that's clever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. I'd say there isn't any around the building, but you could walk like towards the edge of camp where there's a
Yeah, because we're on like the southwest portion of the camp, and that's where the trail of the fungus
yeah,
comes
so
out,
you
right?
could go over to the trail.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And just observe any reactions.
Sure. So you walk over and pour like a little drop onto part of the fungus, and not a whole lot seems to happen. It absorbs the antivenom a little bit, but more just in... It's more just in the same way that it absorbed water, and it looks like the antivenom like dyed it a little bit, like the color changed slightly, but not much happened.
I am going to take my big old roboclaws and make a large gash in the ground, just like right next to wherever I did this to the fungus, just to mark its location.
Yeah, okay, so it's kind of, there's like a little dirt circle around it, or
Sure.
dirt line next to it, so you can tell it's separated from the rest of the fungus. It's just there
And
on the
I
ground.
walk back to the rest of the humans with this empty vial that I stole.
That you stole.
Okay, if there's no more
Yeah, so...
medical emergencies, we probably should head out.
Oh my god.
What? What?
Elis just looks up at Gazette and says, I think I can take care of him. I'm so glad that he's woken up, though. He kind of puts his arm underneath Phyllis.
Oh my god.
And
Might as well just name...
I don't know why I keep doing that.
Might as well
I don't,
just change his name to Phyllis.
No, his name is gonna be Philip, because I like
Maybe
the
he
name
changed his
Philip.
name, and we're still just getting used to it.
Maybe he's just a sad... Never mind.
A sad?
Yeah, maybe he's just
so
a
sad he
sad.
changed his
Because nobody
name.
remembers his name.
Yeah.
I'd be sad too.
Exactly.
DM doesn't even remember my name.
Well, I was gonna say maybe he's just a sad trans boy who's mad that everyone keeps dead naming him, but then that was like, that's too dark.
No.
I know.
No, boy.
Trans rights.
I know. Trans rights.
I reckless attack the GM.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Reckless attack God or
deserve that.
degenerate someone.
Perfect. But yeah, so Elis kind of then, well, they're both kneeling. Philip's still laying on the ground, and Elis is kneeling next to him, and kind of puts his arm underneath Philip's and helps kind of stand him up and walk him over to the bunks and say, I'm just gonna watch over him for a little bit, make sure he doesn't get any worse. And Philip just kind of is like nodding along.
Elis, I advise that you start enforcing a strict buddy policy with the rest of your subordinates such that no one is ever by themselves, especially that escort that remains outside for most of the day on his rounds.
Is an escort here?
Yes, I think that's a good idea. I don't want anything else like this happening. It's been so weird around here lately. Thank you, Eden.
If I said escort, I meant patroller.
Yeah.
Whoever, like, the well-armed, I think
Yeah,
Ethan is his
Ethan.
name. Yeah.
Ethan.
I mean, if I have an escort, I'd want them to be well armed.
Same.
That's nothing.
He's the escort of the outpost.
So there's 5 people here, right? In the outpost, they're just stationed there? Or there's 6?
Yeah, there's let's see, there's Ethan and Philip and the cook Ashley and Georgina
Elis.
and Elis. Yeah. So there's 6
Alright,
people.
I'll let them figure that one out. What does Georgina do here again?
She's one of the merchants.
Oh, right.
Right, it was, Georgina's like the merchant kind of lady, and Ashley's the cook, and
Ashley.
Ethan's the guard. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's 5 of them.
Alright.
Yeah, there's...
Gazette's kind of itching to get back out in the field, so she's kind of like, alright,
Yeah, okay.
let's get on out of here.
Daylight's burning.
Daylight's burning.
Follow behind.
Yeah.
Alright, so we
So-
head, southwest, I think it was?
Yeah, towards the trail of fungus.
I mean, I would
Alright.
think that we would know after all the debate that we went through earlier.
Just making sure.
It's in some direction. It's
I'm
going...
still confused, but I'm just gonna blame it on the fact that I'm playing a barbarian.
Oh my god.
You can blame it on the fact that I'm not extremely clear with everything that I do.
I got
Alright.
it. I got it.
Let's get up on out of here.
Yeah, alright. So you guys end up heading on back down the same path that you went the first time when you fought the Remobra.
Let's hope there's no more.
You
so
mean the
you start-
remote bruz? There was an army of them.
Yeah, the Remobras.
Remobra. It's for Remobra.
Who knows?
Sure.
It's a new word. We
All
figured
works.
out. Remobra. Don't have to add an S to everything, Zach.
Fight me.
But
Snack.
so you guys head out on the same path that you went before, back towards the river. And so
Why is Elis
you
here?
can still see some. Oh, Elis, he's not here.
Hey, Elis.
He's leftover from last time.
You leftover Elis.
But yeah,
He's
leftover
sleepwalking.
Alice. So you guys head back up to the river and you follow the trail up until the bank of the river where the trail ends.
Can we hop
and
on
You can still
Eden?
see some of the. Yeah, you can
Because
hop
I hopped on
Eden.
Eden again.
All aboard!
I do not want to get
Ding,
torn
ding,
away
ding,
by a
ding,
current.
ding.
'Cause that would suck.
Yeah. Around you, you can see some of the dead Remobra still just kind of laying there. You know, not moving.
Let's see. Okay. Before stepping into the river, I refer back to the map that Elis gave me.
Yeah.
It appears as though that the settlement that Elis was referring to is following the current back up this river.
Alrighty then.
Shall we proceed west, humans?
Okay.
Okay. I start walking. Just following upstream against the current.
Yeah.
On
Okay,
the,
cool.
let's say, the left side of the river, from my perspective.
I like to imagine that didn't happen, but you guys just river raft down the river on top of Eden.
Yes.
It goes perfectly fine.
I'm imagining
So-
Eden just on his belly, kind of paddling. Unless I'm...
Oh my god, yes. Like, there's just one part where it gets really deep, but it just, like, sinks to the bottom and just, like, walks on the bottom.
Yeah, he's like a hippo. He can
Yeah!
just walk underwater because he's so
even
dense.
so heavy, he can sprint underwater.
I imagine I don't completely sink like a rock since I have like a
Nah.
15 cubic foot bubble in me that carries all my shit.
That's
yeah,
true.
I think
Don't you have stuff in
you're
your- Eden's a
actually
boat.
probably fairly buoyant.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Most of it's pretty light though. It's just like a sack of apples, but for the most part.
Yeah, but it
Like
also
a
means
med
that he has like a container of air inside of him.
I do weigh a ton though, so I imagine it kind of balances out.
Yeah, fair enough. So you guys start just heading downstream, walking through this jungle that you've ventured into so many times now.
So it's just kind of quiet,
as-
enjoying the scenery.
Cool. You guys are heading along, looking at everything that's happening off in the distance in some of the trees. You can see some of the orange glider monkeys going from treetop to treetop. You know, occasionally one kind of swoops down and harasses another, and you're just having a good time.
I keep my flamethrower drawn.
In the water. Oh
In
shit.
the water.
Oh, I'm not walking in the water. I'm walking along like the bank of the water.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My
I
bad.
see no reason to
Move
stay
your
like
finger,
in
you
the water.
dum-dum.
God knows
I
what's
thought
in
we
that
were
shit.
actually. I thought
No,
we were
it's
still
like
hiding.
the bottom half
Oh,
of him is
sorry.
in the water though.
I haven't been looking at the
Or-
map since we're like walking off the map. by this
Yeah,
point.
the bottom half of him was like on the bank and is chilling, chilling. But you know, you guys, it takes a little while. You aren't really sure where you're going, so you're having to kind of keep your eye out for everything that's happening. There's a lot of just underbrush and things that get in your way, but it's not too bad. It's just a little difficult. Off in the distance, you can see what look to be some bullfango just in a pack, kind of minding their own business. They don't really notice you. They're across the river, but they're just kind of chilling and walking around, grazing a little bit. One of them kind of reaches up and tries to bite a flower off of a plant,
That's
but
adorable.
has a hard time reaching
Fucking
it. Yeah.
failure.
About how far away are they?
Wait,
It's
1,000
like
feet?
35 feet.
Oh wow, they're fucking close.
They're yeah, but they're across the river and
Okay.
they're kind of like in the underbrush a little bit, so.
This
Did we not-
2 foot deep, 5 foot wide river doesn't make me feel too safe.
No, but they're also they're not clearly hostile at the
Yeah.
very least.
Anytime that we spot wildlife along our path, I try to maintain a distance of, like, at the closest, maybe 200 feet from them.
Yeah, okay.
No matter how much of a detour that makes us have to take.
Yeah, you could kind of just like walk away from the riverbank, but make sure it's still in your vision, so you're
I
a little
presume we
farther
could hear
away.
it rushing from a fair distance.
Yeah, probably.
It's just like a quiet jungle that doesn't possess
have
too
we-
much.
So
dense
are we
brush.
following, like, any kind of trail, or are we just walking along the river and seeing where it takes us?
You're
We're
most-
following a map that was given to us by Elis that indicates that this river leads to that little
Got
village he
it.
found that's apparently along the bank of the river,
Yeah.
upstream.
Got it.
Yeah, so, you know, it takes a little while, but eventually you guys are able to make it closer to the end of the stream. It starts, the water starts not rushing as hard, you know, it's, gets a little narrower until it's only about, like, a couple feet across. You guys could probably hop over it with only one footstep. And eventually in the distance you see a small little clearing that is surrounded by the dense underbrush, and you come across what looks like a bunch of different little like mounds of grass, such as like over here on the map, that are irregularly round and
What are the
seem
gooey
to
things?
be. Yeah, I'll get to that.
Cassette.
I knew something
yeah, it's
like
just
that.
cassette. Don't worry about it. But as you start walking a little farther down the river, you're able to see what looks like a pond near the end of the river that has just some shallow banks and some plants surrounding it, some kind of colorful looking plants. And among some of the like round underbrush kind of bushes, you see what look to be a couple different colors, one kind of tan and one more greenish, just mushrooms sitting on either side of the river. There's two of them on each side, and they're kind of just sitting in place with some small kind of maybe little sapling sticks sitting in the ground next to them. And this is supposedly what Elis had found. You can see what looked to be little like hollowed out bushes along the ground along the side of the river, and a bunch of small, not small, they're fairly big, like mushrooms that probably rise up about 2 feet tall in the air and are kind of just sitting there. You can see a lot more of the mushrooms and some different colored ones like sitting around the edges of the pond at the end of the river farther away, but in between you and them are the two on either side.
Can I roll a perception check to see if there's like any signs of like anything here right now, like just to see if there's anything alive.
Oh, sure.
Okie doke.
We'll roll for it.
That's an 8. All right, you're gonna fuck me too,
So you-
fucking Google Dice roller. All right, going back to roll 20.
You just switch back and forth until you
Yes.
get good rolls. Yes. But you can tell that like there's definitely a lot of like plant life and flora around, but you don't see anything like particularly moving or coming towards you.
Okay, I don't see anything around here. Can't really see much, but yeah, I guess we should just go on in,
You
guys.
can kind of tell that something's up, but you don't know where it's coming from. Like in this direction, you're like this seems a little suspicious. That's about it. That's just Eden though.
The first thing that I do when we get here is I closely scrutinize any of the fungus around for any that resemble the color of that light yellow, not so friendly fungus that we've encountered thus far.
Yeah, not fun.
Yeah, you can see like small little patches of it every once in a while. There's
Oh.
like a little bit close to the river. There's like what looks to be a small little speck of like yellow fungus, and some a little farther off in the distance. But they're all very, very small patches that couldn't do much damage.
Is there any clear trail from this area?
Not in particular. You can tell that some of the ground around the banks of the river, and particularly around the small pond, is pretty worn. But there's no like path leading somewhere.
Okay. Alright, Gazette's gonna kind of wander into the mushroom-looking village and just kind of peek in the kind of sort of lived-in-looking structures.
Yeah.
And they're small, like, little structures, right?
Yeah, they're probably about like 3.5 feet tall, with the opening being more like 2 feet tall.
Got it.
So they're almost like what you'd imagine a kid's little play structure in the forest to be.
Got it. Alright, Gazette's gonna...
Right?
I mean, there's a couple here.
That's out of character,
So-
you dumbass.
But yeah. So where do you wander? Do you explore?
Yeah, Gazette kind of is just gonna walk right up to the mushroom house-looking thing and just kind of peek inside.
Cool. So you look inside one of the closer ones, and it seems pretty like worn down in there. There's a lot of like flattened grass and undergrowth as if something had been sleeping there, and you can see little like small trails leading in and out of the huts. You can tell that it's definitely worn. And inside you see little bits of like food. There's just some kind of like plant matter and slightly like vegetable looking things in there. But other than that, there isn't a whole lot of stuff. You walk over to one of the other little mounds, and inside it you can see what looks kind of like rope that's made out of vines.
Man, that's really
That's
interesting.
just coiled in there.
Okay, there's definitely...
As you start... Oh, go for it.
Okay, so I turn back to the guys and I say, okay, so there's definitely stuff that has been living in here. I can't quite tell from this whether or not they're bestial or intelligent, because this house over here just has like food and like very basic padded down grass for bedding, it looks like. But this one has some rope that looks like it was made from materials in the environment, maybe. So that could be intelligent, or a sign of intelligence. So I'm gonna keep examining them.
Gazette, that is incorrect. This is no home, it's fungus. This is absurd. We were supposed to be led by this map to a settlement. There's nothing here.
God.
I jump up in the air and start doing like 360s, looking around in the distance, trying to find buildings.
How high in the air can you
While
jump?
While I just clutch this map,
Yeah.
like, frustratedly in my hand.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And if I see no buildings, I just crumple the thing up and throw it in the water.
Ingy boy.
There it goes. Yeah, like, the only buildings that you can kind of see in the distance are, like, a very faint image of, like, an ecodome off in the horizon, and then the outpost, which you can't really see, but there's, like, a small amount of concrete that you can kind of spot, and you're like, that's the general direction, but there's no, like buildings that you would expect.
I can only presume that this oversight on Elis's part must be a negative effect of his injury.
What? I mean...
Perhaps the
I mean,
man's
this-
been rendered delusional.
Eden, like, there's fungus samples here. Like, it obviously had to flow downriver from here in order to get to the camp. Like, I think
But we
we're
were searching for a settlement.
Well, I mean,
It's supposed to be here.
like, you know, this. It looks like it could be kind of a settlement. Like,
How so?
well, there's clearly stuff that's been living in here. I don't know if it's an intelligent settlement, but like there's like here, come over here and look. There's clearly like signs of life in here. Like there's food and there's food scraps and there's bedding and it's all padded down. Like there's stuff that's been staying here.
What?
So as you guys start like walking over towards more of the mushrooms and examining, as you pass by the two mushrooms that are like on either side of the river, the ones that are on your bank of the river suddenly grow about a half foot
What the
in
fuck?
height and pop up out of the ground a little bit and go,
Oh god!
and they grab their sticks out of the ground and point them at you. And so there are now 4 mushrooms surrounding you with basically rudimentary spears pointing at you.
Whoa!
Where they are.
Okay.
There
Okay.
is
Like, where are they?
so they're just kind of like surrounding you in a semicircle with the flat side of the circle being the river. I'm so glad you like that sound.
Yeah.
So right right before this happens, as Gazette is trying to explain to me that one of these things is a home, I lift one of them out of the ground and place it above myself and sit. This is no home, Gazette! Nothing can live within this!
Eden?
This is not shelter.
Eden, we might...
What, Gazette?
I just kind of point around... okay.
This one doesn't even look like a home. It appears to be armed. I walk over to one of the things. This one's emitting sound.
Eden?
I've never known a building to emit noise, Gazette. This is absurd.
Eden?
So,
I don't
as
think
you
they're...
walk up to one of
you
the
know what?
mushrooms, it kind of like takes a step towards you and like thrusts. It doesn't hit you, but it thrusts the like spear at you, trying to get you to move back.
Okay,
Becca,
alright.
Yeah, no, go for it. Go for
this
it.
laughing
Zach,
is in
what's up?
character.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. He hasn't
Baxter, calm
he
down.
hasn't really been exploring a whole bunch, but then he's just kind of been following the others. And once he hears that noise and sees all of this, I mean, he was already cracking up a little bit about Eden being an angry boy.
Yeah. Very
that
angry.
that noise just breaks him, and he is like on the floor laughing.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah, dude.
Ignoring Baxter like being debilitated by laughter, Gazette like kind of like puts her arms out. She's just gonna try and say, "Oh, sorry. Hello. My name's Gazette. This is Baxter, and this is our friend Eden. We're with the Utology Foundation. Can I roll a persuasion check to get them to like calm down a little bit? Is that how that would work?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
sure, go for it.
Okay.
You can do it on. Well, I guess it all works. Yeah. So the one surrounding you.
All right. I'm gonna try roll 20.
You mind doing the like red,
That's-
green, and
that's a
blue dots, just
14.
so I know which ones are standing?
Sure.
That's a 4.
I'll just red for the ones that are standing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 14 plus 5, 19.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I always
Yeah.
forget your modifiers are super high.
For
No, I'm just
charisma.
putting. Oh, fair enough. Or just that you have, it's like double proficiency. I'm just putting dots on all the ones that are sticking out of the ground right now.
Awesome.
So yeah, you kind of like talk him down a little bit, and we're like, hey, yo, no, we're just here. This is our plan. We're not trying to hurt you.
Yep,
And
we're just checking out the area. Do you think we gotta ask you a few questions? I'm also kind of trying to tell if they're, like, intelligent. Because, like, understanding, I guess it would be English, would probably be, like, a very, like, clear signifier of intelligence. It's not, of course, of course it isn't the only thing, but, like,
yeah.
it's probably pretty good
Some
sign.
kind of speech.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for future reference, just because we're talking in English, because that's the language we speak, we're just gonna have English be common. But yeah, there's basically like English or common is kind of spoken by most of the humanoids in the area, as well as some of the intelligent has-beens who just regained the like knowledge of English and used it as their main communication. Yeah, so the two mushrooms next to you, they, as you're kind of talking to them and calming them down, they look at you a little tently. They have, as you guys are getting closer to them and they've popped out of the ground, you can see that close to their caps, so when they tilt their caps up, you can see they have little, like, two little beady eyes.
That's adorable.
Little black beady eyes, and a small mouth in between the eyes. But other than that, they mostly just look like a normal mushroom.
You know what?
And you can see that they have little like stubby hands that are holding the sticks and can just barely like wrap around them. But they don't really have any
Rebecca,
fingers.
I'm imagining a ditto
Yeah.
face on Toad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That kind of works. That's more or less what they are. Just imagine it's a colony of toads.
I love
Please don't copyright us. But yeah, as you're talking these mushrooms down, they kind of look at you a little intently with their eyes, and then they don't move, but they kind of go, and they move their sticks so they're standing up and like placed at their sides.
Baxter has recovered a little bit from the laughter and is trying not to break out again at hearing that noise.
Yeah.
I think this is important.
Luckily,
to the
you're
plot.
not surrounded.
Gazette shoots him a death glare.
I'm surprised. It's
I
reversed.
lean over to Gazette and whisper, I don't believe these are homes. Living, not lived in.
I'm not sure if we'll be able to. I'm not sure if they can understand us.
You appear to have convinced them to disarm themselves. That's incredible.
Oh, yeah, it's nothing.
I do this all the time.
Yeah.
So
Hey, I work in has-been resources.
These are has-beens.
It's human adjacent resources. That's the fun.
yeah, that's the one.
Human adjacent resources. Yeah.
So after a minute of just listening to you guys kind of talk amongst each other, the 3 mushrooms that are standing up to you all have tan caps, except for one who has a more green cap, and that one moves up towards you a little bit, up towards Gazette, and it goes, "Why are you here?"
Oh my god.
Oh, awesome. Baxter. Gazette shoots her arm out and forms like an actual mask over Baxter's face.
His whole face, can
He's it wraps around his entire. No, just around your mouth. It's
he does have his
hi.
he does have his hand over his own mouth, trying not to be out of it.
Gazette, you feel very intense, rapid breathing coming from Zach's nostrils as he's trying not to laugh.
It's starting to get to Gazette a little bit. Yes, my name's Gazette. We're here because we're helping out a settlement downriver, and they're kind of dealing with an issue where there's a type of fungus, not like you guys, don't worry, where it's like
one of them kind of just raises its eye a little bit.
Like different kind of fungus.
No, it doesn't have an eyebrow, so it just kind of widens its eye a little bit.
That's a little
I lower
disturbing.
the mushroom that I ripped out of the ground slowly back onto the spot I lifted it from.
Oh, you lift. Wait, did you lift a mushroom or one of the?
This thing that I'm picking right here. To the
Okay,
left
yeah,
of-
that's
of
one
the
of their
mushroom
little houses.
Right.
So you put their house back on the ground, and the one closest to you.
Just while Gazette's chatting with him, I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, that goes there.
The
great.
the one with the tan cap that's closest to you kind of just goes, and nods at you. And
I step back real quick.
Yeah, so we came upriver to kind of investigate the source, and this kind of looks like the start of the river. So we were just going to investigate it and see if we could find anything to help our friends down at the camp. Would you happen to know anything about this, Baxter? Do you think you could show them a sample of the stuff we're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. and I pull the vial.
Just speaking through Gazette's hand. And bubbled gasps.
Okay, Gazette unwraps her hand and sucks it back in her arm.
Yeah.
It turns into like a sticky hand that you
Oh my god.
get at the dentist and you toss it and splats against the wall.
Yeah, but he takes the vial out of the bag. He gets it out for them.
Cool.
The green shroom.
Yeah, so the green mushroom kind of walks over to Baxter and starts to takes the vial from Baxter, just holds out his little stub,
He's
and wraps it
smiling
around the
a
vial and is
lot.
looking at
This
it.
is the most you have ever seen Baxter smile.
Just to let you know, these guys
that kinda relaxes
stand
a
at
little bit. It's
a
like-
little over 3 foot. They're
Okay.
somewhere between 3 foot and 3 foot. They're 3.5 feet. So they're fairly small, but they're also pretty round as well. They're very bulbous.
They are
Thick.
adorable.
They are.
They're thick.
You just say
How
they're
about
thick.
fangs, though? Yes.
They are. They're thick.
Thick shrooms.
But the green capped one kind of looks at the vial for a little bit, is tilting it, and starts to nod his head and hands it back to Baxter, and says, "Yes. What would you like to know?" But as he's starting to hand the vial back and talk to you guys, he is seemingly knowing kind of what this yellow fungus is, you start to hear screeching in the distance. And all of the mushrooms, even a lot of the ones that were still kind of in the ground, kind of pop up and go, and
Alright, this time it gets a cassette and she like breaks
and Eden, you would turn around and face north, in the direction that a lot of the other ones would pop up, as you hear like wrestling in the grass, and what pops out is basically a really large looking monkey, in the northern part of the camp near the pond.
When
and
you say really large, do you... Oh, that's what you mean.
I think, let me check. I think it's a large creature, but let me double check. It comes like running out of the underbrush and towards a bunch of the mushrooms. Yeah, it is a large.
And
beast.
is it?
This is
it's
a
not
friend
a.
of yours?
So it's not a rajong.
No, it's not a rajong. It's another like type of marsupial monkey.
I don't think we've been told about this one.
No, you haven't seen anything like this before. Well, you had heard about some monkeys that survived off of eating like mushrooms and stuff in the area, and so what you can see from this guy is that he has a fairly large looking chunk of mushroom that matches some of the blue-capped mushrooms in the settlement, and wrapped around it in its tail, and it's like basically charging headfirst towards the two blue mushrooms in the northern corner. So the
Alright, Gazette sprints over to intercept it.
Yeah, so it, like, same thing with the other mushrooms. The ones that were talking to you, especially the ones with the spears, immediately get up and start heading over towards the monkey.
As the green-capped, sort of like leader one starts running off, I grab him by the back of the neck and hold him right in front of my face and say,
What?
I will kill that beast if you help us assess the injuries of two of our allies that have recently sustained damage by unknown sources from this area. They're at our settlement. It will die if you come back with us. Or as in the monkey will die. I'll kill it.
Okay.
In exchange for medical information.
Yeah. So the green-capped one, after having meant to run off, is very surprised by being picked up and put in the face of this giant monster, and it just kind of freezes for a second and listens to you and goes, "Yep, help, yep,
I
help."
place it on the ground and charge forward.
Awesome. Oh, I guess we roll initiative, but I've got it.
Yeah,
I've got something I want
everyone
to
roll
do.
initiative. Okay, what do you want to do?
But it would be an attack.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone roll initiative.
Nice.
Plus.
That is 18.
That's an 8.
I got a 12.
Nice.
Actually, no, it's a
12.
13.
I got
Okay,
an
and are these? Yeah. So tell me your total scores just so I can write them down.
8.
13.
Okay, Baxter's 13.
What's
Nope.
Cassette?
Cassette
8.
8. Cassette
And 10.
and 10. Alrighty then.
So since we're probably going to forget one of my turns, let's just call it like 14. Get it out of the way.
We'll just do our best. It's Baxter's turn that we forget, not yours.
No,
It's
it's
mostly
Eden's.
Eden's.
It's everyone's.
It's never mine.
Oh,
It's definitely
that's
never
fair.
Cassette.
That's because you're always eager.
I'm eager!
So charismatic, it's hard to forget about her.
It's hard to forget about her.
There's nothing non-discreet like a giant
Ooh.
death robot.
I accidentally rolled 100s instead of 20s for
Oh my
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Man,
The
that
fucker can run
that
through
thing's running
time.
circles around
It
us.
killed us yesterday.
It's okay, it's fine. Okay, so
Oh my,
the green,
Cindy.
the green cap
Nani?
got Nani.
Within a blink, all of the mushrooms are gone.
So the green cap got a 3.
Yikes.
And then I just rolled for all of the colors because I don't want to do all of them. The tan.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, the tan one got a 14, or ones, and then the purple ones got, or the blue ones got an 11. Okay. So
Alright, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah, no, for the mushrooms, I'm gonna have their turns go like decently quick.
Awesome.
Just because or like I'll try and do them all at once. But yeah, it is. Oh yeah, now I have to roll for the monkey. Monkey. You got a 3. Okay. Wait, does it have dex?
Yeah.
It got a 5.
Ian fucking made the leader, like, swear to come back if we help kill the monkey, and they're gonna like kill the monkey. Like
I didn't make him
before we-
swear. I just said I'd help him out.
Yeah.
I mean, previously the plan was let's avoid all engagements, and I was like, I don't know, maybe this guy's useful.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
remember-
right?
that was fun. We tried making a plan once. That was fun.
Yeah, remember
I
that?
remember when we
Bummer.
did that.
You forgot.
Oh, what a
and
great
started
time.
rushing in the first enemy we see.
I have
Okay,
no
so-
counterpoint.
Cassette rushes in.
1, 2, 3.
No, don't just steal
Everybody's
the
awesome.
catchphrases. You can't do that. I've been so tempted to this whole fucking time.
But why didn't you? That's the real question.
Artistic integrity.
Of course. Okay. So,
Also
2 of the
monetization.
10... Also monetization. I don't know if we're really
As if we
going
were
for that at this
monetized.
point. Yeah, as if we were monetized.
That's not even to say we're demonetized. We just literally don't have enough like subscribers to be monetized on YouTube.
Yeah, really though, fair enough. We'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
get there someday.
Hey everyone, Nova here. I'm gonna do this fast as fuck. This art is from @GeorgiePori on Instagram. Go check them out. It's super amazing. I love it. Like, way too much. That's just like anime and shit. Oh my god. Everyone's like drawing Cassette and I love it so much. I'm getting distracted. We are also on Instagram @d&tha.podcast. Oh, if you are watching on YouTube, try to check us out on Anchor. We are on more fucking platforms that I can even count, including Spotify and now Apple Podcasts. And if you go to Anchor and look us up, then you can like find your way to whatever platform is most convenient to you. If you can watch us on those other platforms rather than YouTube, that would be amazing because our audio platforms are actually monetized. As of writing this, we've officially made 54 cents from the show, which is honestly so fucking cool. I cannot thank you guys enough for watching and supporting us. If you want an NPC named after you, post about the show on social media with the hashtag #DathaPodcast. And if you just want to help the show get bigger and better, tell your friends about it. Word of mouth is the best advertising after all. Finally, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, and leave a rating on Apple Podcasts. Love you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye! Maybe.
Okay, so two
Yes.
of the tan caps run up to the hole. Whoa, I can make it rotate real fast.
Wait, what? Do it. Do
Two
it.
of the
do it. I
tan
wanna see the
caps run
rotate.
up to the mic. Can you see it? I'm doing it
Aw,
on my
damn it.
screen.
No, I think you have to like let go of
Anthony,
it
you can
for
see
to-
it. There it goes. Look at it go.
Oh wow, yeah. That's
Yeah, if you
intense.
just click on it and then use your scroll wheel, it
It's
like
a disco shroom.
rotates really rapidly.
It's a Zoom shroom.
It's a Zoom
Wait,
shroom!
what?
Oh my
Isn't
god!
everyone ready for their Zoom
Wait,
calls?
but for me,
Wait, I want to make Eden do that. Oh my god, Eden! That's really
I cry.
entertaining.
It doesn't work for me.
Oh, if you like have to select on it, so they have the little like dimension.
No, yeah,
slots,
but when
and then
I
use the
zoom,
scroll wheel.
it does. Sorry, when I do the
Yeah,
scroll
mine
wheel, it
either.
zooms in and out.
Oh, I'm using like a trackpad with 2 fingers, like that type of
Oh.
scroll. I don't know if that makes a difference.
No, it does not.
But anyways, two of the tan cap mushrooms run up to the monkey and try and hit it with a mace, but they both end up missing, so nothing really happens there. The other 2 tan caps
Wait, I thought they
both
got
have,
ones.
spears.
I keep hearing "and caps" and I'm like,
What's
Wait,
up?
Rebecca,
I
but I
don't
thought
know,
they
but-
rolled
anarcho-capitalists.
No, it was one of which one rolled a 1? The green cap
Oh.
rolled a 1. The tan caps rolled the highest. So it's the order right now is gonna be the tan caps, Baxter, the blue caps, Eden, Gassette, the monkey, and the green caps. And I'm gonna do all the capped the
Poor little
some guy
green
at
cap
once.
guy. I thought he was the leader.
I mean, there's like a couple of them, but yeah, it sucks for them. So luckily the 2 caps with the spears hit, and so they do a total of is that 5 damage? Yeah, 5 damage. All right, it is on to Baxter's turn.
Okay. Okay. I am gonna. Oh, actually. Wait.
Math. What even is math?
I know, pretty much.
had the Pokemon Healing Center song stuck in my head all day, and I wonder what I'm gonna make Anthony angry.
30 feet away.
I'll just channel
Or
it.
kitty rat.
Thank you. Oh, you're even taking your shirt off. That's perfect. We can cut that out. The bar break is real.
Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do.
I'm glad I'm not the only one with it memorized. What's up,
Wait,
Zach?
what are we waiting for?
I was trying to figure out what to
I'm
do.
waiting for Zach to do
Gotcha.
things. Yeah, no, go for it.
So
Take your
I
time.
am gonna move within 5 feet of him. So that is 25 feet where my movement.
Ooh, you get sneak
I
attack.
know, yeah,
by the way.
I know.
Mhm.
That's part of why
Alright.
I'm doing it instead of doing a ranged spell attack.
But the mushrooms are your allies.
What?
The mushrooms
Yeah,
are your
I know.
allies.
Yeah, so you get sneak attack.
Okay.
Because they're adjacent
Yeah.
to the enemy.
I gotcha.
Okay,
I
cool.
gotcha.
Within 5 feet.
Cool. Cool. Yes.
It's the blue caps and I need to say. Yo, there's a flow chart for if you can use sneak attack. Have you already applied sneak attack damage this turn? Are you firing? Are you wielding? A
Yeah,
finesse
I'm gonna
weapon?
be
Or a ranged weapon.
yeah.
You have advantage. Is there another enemy of the target? You have disadvantage. It's so great. You can use it for so many things.
Okay, I'm gonna use my short sword because it is
Okay.
finesse and it has +2 damage bonus. So that's good.
Cool.
And so I also
Yeah.
have sneak attack.
I always lose track of Baxter.
I have sneak attack, which lets me add an extra d6 to damage if I hit.
Okay, cool.
yeah,
Yeah, you
right.
hit.
Watch me. I'm not gonna
You
hit.
should hit. No, you got like a 50% chance to hit. You're
Okay,
chilling.
so that just means that its armor is fit. It is 10.
Something. It's close to that.
Okay.
I'm taking like modifiers and
Oh, okay. That's a 15.
Oh,
Yeah.
you rolled a 15 to hit?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Hell fucking yeah.
Fuck yeah. Hell fucking yeah.
Hell
Get that hit,
frickin'
boy.
Baxter the Destroyer hits again. Let me just find my d6 really quick.
I'm so glad you guys get to fuck shit up now. I've been waiting.
Yeah.
The RP scenes have been really fun though. in all
I'm
fairness.
glad. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna
Kept
leave
my-
without finding
my-
Philip, and I'm
My
like,
trigger
shit, is he
finger
gonna
sufficiently
die?
managing.
No!
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
You
Like,
hear a
that could've
moaning
happened.
from the telecoms room. Oh, woe is me! I think I'm about to
Woe
lose
is me.
consciousness.
Oh my god.
Do
Yeah,
I
it's a good-
feel
it's a good
two
thing I
odd
mentioned-
pock
I
marks
asked if
on
we
my
had,
back? If only
walkie-talkies
someone
then.
would hear me.
Oh shit, you guys didn't pick up the walkie-talkies.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't.
Shit.
Shit!
I was fetching bull drums when people were talking about those.
Nah, it's fine. You can go back for him. You just
Damn
don't
it.
have him.
Man, Philip would have died if Cassette didn't try to find a way to contact Elis while we were out in the field.
Actually, though, he could have. That's because last episode you guys were just totally ignoring. I was trying to be like, you should go check on Philip, and you were like, nah, we'll see him later. And I'm like, oh,
Rebecca?
really?
Oh god.
Ivanka.
Oh god.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was also
what's
just
that?
trying not to do stuff that you
We're
were like
fucking
telling us out of
bunker.
character to do.
That's fair.
I
Yeah.
I don't think Eden had
That's,
a
Sorry.
reason to go to telecoms.
Go for it.
It's
Go ahead.
11 damage in all.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
because I get to. So
Nice.
yeah,
2d6
so
plus 2.
the thing
And
is
that's
like
mod.
because my short sword. Remember, I got a better one, so it has a +2 damage bonus, and the damage normally
Yeah.
is 1d6 plus
Oh.
4. And
Mhm.
I know,
Holy
right? It's
shit.
great.
That's literally like 2d6.
So it's 2d6
I know,
plus
right?
6. That's
I know,
amazing.
right? And I
Holy
didn't even-
shit.
That's
I
like
know,
a
right?
great
And
sword
I didn't
hit.
even roll
better.
that well on the dice. I just got a 3 and a 4.
What'd you roll?
I know,
Oh
right?
wow, yeah.
Holy
No, you
shit,
did a
dude.
lot.
God
I know,
forbid you
right?
crit.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Is there anything else you'd like
Oh,
to do?
yes,
during your turn?
actually. I want to move back 5 feet with the remaining of my
Okay.
movement for this turn. Just to get,
Sweet.
like, a tiny bit away, you know?
Cool.
Get next to my blue boys.
All right. So,
Nice job,
Baxter the Destroyer is back in
yeah,
town.
nice job, Baxter. Fuck yeah. So it's now the turn of the blue caps, and you'll notice that you guys would have noticed that all of the mushrooms on this side of the river have joined in trying to fight this monkey with you guys. But the ones on the other side of the river are starting to like head back away from the monkey and into their little
Hey,
like,
that
dens.
green guy, those
So
green
they're
guys
just
can't move.
running.
It's not their turn.
It's fine.
They're out of initiative. They're just
Yeah,
running away.
they're just fucking sprinting.
Every 6 seconds they get to just run.
I think
Yeah.
Eden's turn is coming up soon.
Yeah, it's almost Eden's turn, so it's the blue guy's turns.
Yeah, don't worry, I won't let him get away.
One of the blue caps runs up and tries to swing a mace, but misses again. The other one manages to throw a spear though and hit the monkey for a total of 1 damage. And the monkey kind of just like swats the spear away, but accidentally hits the tip of the spear, so like takes a tiny little scratch.
Adorable.
That's about it though. It's Eden's turn.
Great
Yeah.
job, little guy.
And we move on in initiative.
Okay.
The monkey's
Let
just kind of
us see.
sitting there and chilling though. Like, the only thing that's really phased it at all was Baxter's sword attack. Otherwise, it's just been like munching
yeah.
and trying to get a munch out of some of the other mushrooms.
Okay, okay.
Wait. So he's got a blue guy in his hand, right? In his tail.
In his tail, he's got
And
like a
you said
half
he was
eaten
munching.
one.
Is he eating it alive?
It's pretty
Okay.
massacred. I don't think you'd be able to tell.
Yeah, is it screaming in agony?
Oh no, I feel terrible now.
Yeah, Jim, is it screaming in
I feel terrible because I've been screaming in agony. I'm probably laughing at it scream. Oh my
Oh,
god,
God.
what's wrong with me?
Oh god!
Kind of like how when you see a car
Baxter,
crash, you
you
can't look away,
monster.
except it's only with those little clown cars.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just in case you needed sound effects.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's like a mix between Wario
I'm
and
going-
Toad.
Huh.
Okay. I am going to use my full movement to move 15 feet closer to the beast, placing me, let's
Step on
see,
Baxter.
with a distance of 5 feet between us.
Okay. So you're 10 feet.
Stepping on him.
But you're in the same
10 feet
space.
away.
Well, sure, we can occupy each other's space, right?
Yeah.
Can? Oh. I did
Well,
not know
I
that.
think so. I think we
Unless
can move
Baxter's
through.
like trying to stop
No.
me. Like I think if it's an enemy space, you can't just pass through it.
Well, also,
But you can just
keep
move
in mind,
around
like,
allies.
his feet. I'm not on the same square as his feet. You know.
Yeah. Okay. I
I
just
don't
thought it was fun.
Nah, you like totally. Nah, you can't end. You can move through someone.
Yeah.
But you can't end while in their space. So you could be like
Oh, so I could
slightly
go here,
over
though.
to the right, and it's about
Yeah.
the same
Oh.
distance.
Okay.
So
Let us see.
that'd still be you're 10 feet away diagonally.
Interesting. Okay. So I started here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.